Now, instead of just imagining how a value stream is mapped, let's take an actual example of a value stream and see step by step how a value stream is mapped. To explain the concept of value stream mapping, we are again going to use our doctor's office visit example. It is short, it is simple, so we can explain it better. Let's first identify the value in this value stream, value in doctor's office visit. The customer whose patient is actually looking for resolution of chief complaint by his or her doctor and experience of satisfaction. So that's the value. So where should we begin? Where is the beginning point, the starting point of this value stream? Should we begin when the patient arrives actually at the doctor's office? Let's see. What's the very first step patient is supposed to do if patient is looking for the value we mentioned here? Directly arrive at doctor's office? Well, most of the times patients would take an appointment. So the first step of this value stream is going to be make an appointment. Now let's look at the format we are going to record all this information in. The box, the top part of the box has name of the step we are observing. The next part has resources that process takes. So resources as in material resources or human resources. And the third part below this box is going to be time taken to complete that step. Now a little bit of technical thing. Which time are we supposed to take here? When you are observing process on Gemba, the time taken could vary greatly. There could be lower extremities, higher extremities. So which time should you take? Should you just average the time? Well, we don't recommend averaging time because if you have extremities, either lower extremities like really lower times or higher extremities, higher times, then your average will be skewed either to the lower end or to the higher end. So we recommend to take medians, that is midpoint of your observation. Suppose you do 10 observations, find the midpoint of those observations and then take median of those 10 observations, median time. This is a short explanation, but please visit our Leader Kundali house number 8 data where we explain this in detail. When should we use median, when should we use means, averages. Now I know you must be thinking, how am I supposed to go to a place where patient is actually using his or her phone and making that call to schedule an appointment, or patient is using computer to schedule an appointment? Absolutely valid point. If it is possible to watch patient schedule an appointment, please do so. But if you cannot watch patient, you can see the process from scheduler's point of view. The scheduler who is scheduling that appointment, helping patient schedule that appointment. It could be over a phone, you can observe actual phone call being handled by that scheduler, or it could be electronically handled like in electronic health records of some kind. Gemba doesn't have to be physical. Gemba can be virtual, electronic. Gemba can be in someone's mind also. Let's now go to the next step. After scheduling an appointment, patient arrives on the day of appointment to the doctor's office. Now the time taken by patient, median time is 60 minutes to arrive. Patients drive, patients might take public transport or some other mode of transportation. But let's say for our sake of value stream mapping example here, patient takes 60 minutes to arrive at the doctor's office. What is this 2 days doing here in between step 1 and step 2? That's the median time patient has to wait for an appointment. If patient always gets the same day appointment, it will be 0. Otherwise, whatever real time it is, we take median of that real time. It is waiting for an appointment. When patient arrives at the doctor's office, clinic, patient has to park. Finding parking might take 7 minutes, median, and actual time to park the vehicle is 2 minutes. Interesting, right? Okay, so the patient has arrived, patient has parked the vehicle, and the next step is patient walks up to the check-in desk, the registration desk. When patient arrives at that registration desk, check-in desk, there is line. Now patient has to wait in that line for his or her turn. Let's say that waiting is 2 minutes. After waiting for 2 minutes, median time, patient finally checks in. Check-in executive helps patient to verify insurance and mark patient as arrived. And then that check-in executive tells patient to wait. Here patient waits to be called into the doctor's office. Let's say that is 16 minutes median. Now after waiting for a good amount of time, patient's name is called. Patient walks into exam room for an assessment by a junior doctor or a medical assistant, doctor's assistant. Now here patient's blood pressure, oxygen, temperature, pulse, type of vital signs are checked. Patient explains the chief complaint to the junior doctor or doctor's assistant, and then patient is again told to wait. Wait for the doctor this time because doctor is with another patient. So patient waits for some time, and then finally doctor walks in, asks patient the same questions previously asked by the junior doctor, discusses treatment plan, and done. 5 minutes. Now doctor tells patient to wait again to collect the prescription on the way out. Patient waits for the nurse this time. 4 minutes later, nurse walks in and patient gets printed prescription. This is where patient's doctor's office visit ends, and so does our short value stream. Now you must have noticed, even though it was doctor's office visit, it started days before actual visit and it went beyond actual time with the doctor. It is absolutely critical to define, identify, start and stop of a value stream, the beginning and the end, to avoid 1. Confusion, and 2. Over complexity. Great. Look at our value stream map. It has identified for each step in the process resources required, that is material resources and human resources, and it has also recorded median time to complete each step. And because it is mapped as it happens currently, not in an ideal state or some point in the past, it's happening like this currently, it is called the current state of the value stream. Awesome. We have the current state of our doctor's office visit value stream. What to do next? Next comes value stream analysis of the current state, and of course, because our goal is to improve the current state to build a better future state. But we are going to stop here with the current state and cover value stream analysis of the current state and building a better future state in our next video on value stream mapping. Now to practice whatever we have learned in this video, here is a small exercise for you. Identify any small value stream around you. It can be as simple as to make a cup of coffee, and map all the steps in detail in that value stream. See if you can do that with all the resources required and all the times required, and see how the value stream looks like.